Hey guys, welcome to Red Carpet Reviews. My name's Kidman.
I'm Des.
And this week we are reviewing Dumb and Dumber 2.
How you doing, buddy? Brought you your favorite candies. Come on, Lloyd, you gotta get over her. Mary Samsonite was just a girl. That's it, kid. Come on, spit it out. God, yeah! Wait a minute, so you mean you have been faking for 20 years? And it was all for a gag?
Yep.
That's awesome!
This movie
Slightly
stars Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey, who are really old. This is 20 years in the making, and this is a sequel to a film from a long time ago. When did that come out? Oops.
A while ago, like
Wow.
they say in the movie, they're like, "You've been playing for 2 decades," and I had to look at a friend of mine and be like, "Has it been 2 decades?" I think it really has. It's been a
Yeah, I
while.
was like 9 when this movie came out. But
4 or 5. Something.
my takes on the film, the comedy was revisited. I think they just used all the same jokes in new areas, but it was still an enjoyable film. I, didn't walk out of the theater and said, well, I wasted my money. But I enjoyed it. I just think they could have done more with a sequel. It's no Anchorman 2.
I feel like they waited a little too long for the sequel. Maybe 2 decades was a little too long.
True, but I mean, you got like Anchorman 1 and 2. There wasn't that big of a gap, but they brought something new to the table.
Yeah, that's very true.
Where this
Everything
one is
was
like,
repetitive.
this one was the repetitive jokes and
Almost everything in the beginning of the film, the first 15 to 20 minutes, I was like, where is the flair? There's gotta be something new, there's gotta be something
Bring it.
hilarious.
No.
Dumb and Dumber was like awesome for its time, and all of a sudden it's just,
it's the jokes from the 80s in 2014.
yeah, basically. Without the like 90s film charm.
Yeah,
You know, that like, it's a rainy day, I'm gonna sit here and watch
the
this 90s film.
graphics are amazing, the story is crap. That's pretty much what it is.
Basically, in
Yeah,
essence.
it was fun. It's not something I'm gonna go watch again in theaters.
There are a couple parts that made me very nostalgic. Like if you've seen the first Dumb and Dumber film, they do a couple things. Like when Lloyd, at the end of the film, he does the whole crying thing. Where
Yeah,
I don't even want to do it. I'd look like an idiot if I did it.
and some of the pranks they play on each other. Some of them are different from the old one, especially the time length to said prank out. And I don't know, did the plot twist at the end kind of like catch you off guard, or you kind of guessed that one?
I don't know.
I had my ideas, and that was what happened. Was like the very last thing I had an idea for. And I was like,
Well,
really?
the first, without blowing it, the first assumption that happened, I was thinking it made sense in my head. But then when they kind of turned everything around at the very end, it's like, really?
There's like 3 possible endings that can go through your head watching this. And you're like, okay, that's the ending.
Basically, and they run through all
And then,
3.
and then
they
something
just
in the
slap
middle,
them.
something happens in the middle, and you're like, oh, I can see it. That's the ending. And then at the end, you're like, whoa, that's the ending? So they kind of got you there. It was, and then Mike Shyamalan, plot twist,
Oh.
Shyamalan twist.
It's ringing!
Whoever this is, we're in the middle of something very important here.
This is your dad.
What? Hey guys, I know this is weird timing, but I gotta take this. It's my dad.
She's got me on hold.
Basically, coming from someone who loves the first film, and I grew up with the first film, gonna say this is a little bit of a letdown, and I probably won't watch it again.
Unless it came to Netflix or it's on TV and not too lazy to get up.
But then I'd probably take a nap.
Yeah. That being all said, as a conclusion to the story, I'd say like, go watch it once, so you can kind of like, get that feeling of fullness, but as a standalone movie, it's terrible. I wouldn't watch it again. With that saying, I'd give it like 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it 5 parrots out of 10.
5 pairs out of too soon.
Nah.
Oh, you have to go watch the film for that.
You'd understand.
But yeah, so apparently we both give it 5 out of 10. It's really not fulfilling, but it's something to watch if you've seen the first one, just to see this one.
I'd probably rent it on Redbox if I were you.
Yeah, get a pizza, Redbox, you know, that's it. Well, that being said, that's all we have for this episode of Red Carpet Reviews. Next week's big one, we're going to be reviewing Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1.
Yeah.
So excited.
Who's not excited? Come on.
Come on, who's
Come
not
on.
excited? You know, the first film I was like, but when it's catching fire, I'm hooked. Hooked and sinker round. I am ready for this film. I'm ready.
Yeah.